Alrighty then.
All right.
All right then.
All right, Sparks, take it away. Sorry, I was trying to do what Brandon normally does.
All right.
I'm
Sparks.
Brandon now.
You're the Brandon now.
All right,
away.
Sparks, take it away. I don't know.
Rich.
I don't
We
know where I'm
love
gonna
you,
cut
Brandon.
this.
We love you and miss you, bud.
I just miss him. And I said that right after Ben said I love you and miss you, and
Oh, wow.
makes it sound like I don't love him. Anyway, I do. Yeah, we'll continue on. I picked this week Batman Haunted Night by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Before The Long Halloween,
Yep.
they made something else.
They
Halloween
did.
related.
This is what inspired them to make the Long Halloween.
A series of one-shots that I had never read before.
Same.
So
Same.
Here we go. Batman Haunted Night is a story in 3 parts. Part 1 revolves around Scarecrow as a villain, and Part 2 revolves around the Mad Hatter, and Part 3 is a little bit more complicated than that.
Part 3 is my favorite.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Do you know what's funny? I think I like all these stories, but I think they get worse in descending order. I think the best one is the Scarecrow one.
Really?
I think Scarecrow's really good.
Yeah, I think they're all good, but
Okay,
I
I-
definitely my interest was peaked at
I like the
Scarecrow.
third one a lot because it's just
Penguin jetpack.
no that not just because it's Penguin Jet, because it's different.
Yeah,
Because it's a unique little twist on it.
yeah, it is cool.
But-
A penguin that flies.
Yeah, no. The Scarecrow one was actually I really enjoyed the Scarecrow one. The second one was what was it?
It's the Mad Hatter, Alice in Wonderland one.
Mad Hatter I liked Mad Hatter not for the Batman story, but for the Babs and Gordon story.
Sure.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
Is it the Scarecrow run that has
The lady.
Yeah.
the lady that
Uh-huh.
like that? Oh, this is my favorite. Absolutely.
So
oh, yeah.
right.
okay, so the first 2, I have to say, I enjoy a lot. Besides the Batman stuff, I like the character stuff, like Gillian Maxwell.
She's
I
so
was
good.
very interested in her throughout that whole
I thought
story.
she was going to be Catwoman. I thought she was going to be.
I was really
Phantasm
into
or
it.
something.
Yeah. So all of these stories take place early in Batman's career.
Yeah.
This is very early on.
This is before Robin.
Young Bruce, before Long Halloween, before all that.
Gordon's still a captain. He's not commissioner yet.
Correct. Which I really like. I love playing in that time period for Bruce.
It's not like year 1, but it's like year 7.
And these are individual Halloween stories, which I love. Individual Halloween stories.
So quick little thing. If I do carve, I don't normally carve pumpkins this year because I'm really busy. But if the chance I do, I'm doing the smiley face with the smile as the bat symbol.
Wasn't that cool?
I love
that. Was so good.
I love that. Not the first design we see it. I love the second design.
When he's standing in that window, like Tim Sale's so good at his
Oh,
art.
God,
But when he's
yeah.
standing in that window and he's looking in the sky, it's the orange.
I love that
jack-o'-lantern
so
like
much.
bat symbol. I'm like, this is my shit.
that is something I'm going to do if I do carve a pumpkin this year or
That's so
next year or
cool.
whenever, because that is so freaking
100%.
rad.
That's awesome. Yeah, let's just tackle them in parts. So part 1 is the Scarecrow story with Gillian Maxwell on the side.
I believe it's called Fear. It's
yeah.
Fear, Madness, and Ghosts.
Yes. Yeah, I really like it.
We went silent,
Scarecrow is. I'm sorry, I was trying to keep down a burp. Scarecrow is turning down power relays, and he's trying to outwit Bruce. And I was questioning throughout if Bruce was suffering from the poison gas
Fear
at
gas
certain
or
points.
toxin?
Like,
So was I.
yeah, if Julian Maxwell was a part of that, I'm glad that she wasn't. Yeah, and he's combating the Scarecrow throughout the city. Meanwhile, he's also for the first time that we've seen in a while, he's being enticed by this lady.
Yeah.
I think I love this so much. This Scarecrow run so much because it's reminding me of the Tom King run with him and Catwoman, and I love when Batman gets romantic because it's not really an aspect that's like you really see his heart.
Yeah.
And like I'm just gonna read the quote here because it's my favorite thing. This is after he realizes that the girl he's been seeing is this woman who kills rich guys and steals their money.
she's a Black Widow.
She's Black Widow. Yeah, and
She's Constance from the Haunted Mansion.
yeah. So Alfred says, wow, I'm wondering how such a great detective could have made such a great mistake. I offer you this thought. Perhaps it wasn't Batman who made the error, but Bruce Wayne.
That's a really good
so
one.
effing good.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
Because
such
Bruce gets defeated because
Yeah.
he opens his heart like he never does, and look what it does. It
Like
ruins
he's telling Alfred, he's like, Alfred, there's something special about this. I'm like, I don't know, Bruce. She seems a little off.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a little creepy.
And it's great because like he's battling Scarecrow, who is like an actual villain, and he's
tired.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's
so
he's always
tired.
talking
I
about how
love
tired
how
he is.
he's talking about how exhausted he is.
So like he starts having this thing with this woman, and it's like, well, maybe like this is gonna be all right. Like, nah, man, you can never win Bruce Wayne.
The scene of where he's going through the maze and he ends up in a church and there's Jillian and Scarecrow is doing the vat, like he's officiating this marriage, and Jillian's like, it's time to take the
That was
mask
so
off.
good.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was such good imagery. Tim Sale's art is just so damn good.
Regardless of how I feel about any of the elements of the story we're going to talk about, I'm just going to say across the board, all the parts. Tim Sale's art's incredible throughout. The sequence where Scarecrow is getting to the cops and he says bark and his face is changing in every
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
That was so
What's
good.
the thing he keeps repeating?
He keeps like
Rum. It's like a quote. He just keeps saying like bad, like rum to the bone or something. You remember? You guys remember?
No, I don't. I
Okay.
don't remember off the top of my head.
Shame.
I'd have to put it in front of me.
There's a quote that's like a spooky quote he keeps saying on the
I will,
like,
though.
something about a hickory stock. The mouse ran up.
Oh,
the
Hickory
clock.
Dickory Dock. Yeah,
Hickory
yeah.
Dickory Dock. The
Hickory
mouse ran up the
Dickory
clock.
Dock, yeah.
He just kept doing that.
Oh,
shit.
when he
says
appears
that in front of Gordon.
Yeah, when he appears above Gordon and he looks
Yes.
so intimidating. He looks like the freaking alien.
He does.
Appearing over Gordon and he captures
Oh
him.
my God.
Yeah, that was a great
Some good shit,
sequence. Yeah.
I read this last night.
So did I.
And I was like, man, this first story is great.
It is.
And I'm like, it ends with Bruce Wayne being defeated, not Batman. I'm like, man, this is great.
I love.
But he sends the when she's like a couple weeks
She's in
later.
Brazil.
Jillian Maxwell had been wooing Bruce Wayne and intends to like get him to marry her and then kill him and take his money and all that.
Yep.
And
right, the end. Yeah. Okay.
And at the end, she's been sent away by Alfred. And Alfred's looking out for her, for Bruce, and so Bruce learns the truth about her and devastates him. And a little while later, she's wooing some guy who owns an island, and she's laying on that beach, and she gets delivered a little envelope that has the bat symbol on it. And
Confess.
and says, confess.
Oh, it's so good.
And she's just horrified.
Like she knows she's been
Can't
found.
escape
Yeah.
the bat.
Oh man, that's so.
Does she know he's Batman?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
But she knows she's been found out.
But she knows
right
Batman's there.
by Batman.
Like even the epilogue. The epilogue for the story, the first for Fear was great because it's like, oh, she's already practicing her Spanish. Because she's now set to marry one of Brazil's wealthiest men.
Yep.
And
Right.
and next week he's gonna die in a car bomb.
yes,
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
So she's already practicing how to say how devastated she is, and then up comes this waiter or the server who hands her a note, and it says confess.
Confess.
so good.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, I really like it. I thought everything about that whole story was so
Just
engaging, and I love I love
imagery
just
of
the running
fear
narrative.
gas. Yeah, the imagery of the fear gas.
Yeah.
Of the fear toxin. Like when Batman is running through the bramble and the thorns are constantly.
Oh, and the
scratched.
crows that come after him.
Oh no, even the because each part has like these different chapters. Like the opening of chapter 2, where the crow has the eyes, the pupils of the bat symbol, but its beak is opening up in what looks like 4
Yes.
or 3 different ways.
Yes.
It's like, ooh, this is some scary looking effing imagery here. I dig it.
I love the Scarecrow design. Like all the smiles for the villains are crazy.
I have to say, Tim Sale, especially for Scarecrow, draws really long faces.
Yeah. I mean, the Scarecrow
It's not-
is like a weird lanky
now,
guy.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I have to say, I know it's a lot.
They're
like,
very stylized.
Joker's smile is very elongated and exaggerated, and things like my personal favorite, The Long Halloween, which we did last year. But even Scarecrow, his face is very triangular.
This is a more stylized
Yeah.
Tim Sale than like he is fantastical, but this is like extreme more than Long Halloween.
But the first time we see Batman when he's in the shadow and one of his eyes are red, and I love every time Tim Sale draws him in complete silhouette except for his eyes. It's
Yeah.
one of the best pieces
Yeah.
of art. Now, are we done on this one? Can we go to the second one? Because I want to talk about the second one.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so
Mad Hatter.
Madness is my least favorite.
Yeah.
But it has one of my favorite character moments, and that's between Babs and Gordon.
Is
Sure.
Babs adopted? Is that right?
She is.
Okay, that's cool.
Apparently, what I got from like reading from the diary and also reading back and just like reading into the story, Babs is Jim's technically niece, but he adopted her out of because like something happened to his brother / sister.
Gotcha.
Her parents, I assume, are dead.
Got it.
So she's from Ohio. She moves to Gotham with Jim.
So
and
she's Spider-Man
will
and he's
eva-
Uncle Ben.
So she eventually will become Batwoman.
Cool.
Or Batgirl.
Batgirl, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously Barbara is Jim's wife.
Right.
And I'm like, okay.
That was always super weird.
Yeah, and then we get Babs.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
I love-
okay, I see where it comes from now.
He's a character that's much prominent later. He says that he talks about his son just for like a panel. I'm like, James Gordon Jr., the serial killer.
Yeah.
Nightwing, Batman's Joker. Oh man,
Yeah.
James Gordon Jr.
Yeah.
is awesome.
But I love how he's talking to her and she's like, I want to go out. And he's like, no, it's too dangerous. Just that whole scene of obviously a man trying to connect to his daughter. And she's still not 100% sure. Like, I don't, like, she crosses out my father, Uncle Jim, Jim,
Yeah.
he.
He.
She just refers to him as he. And the stuff with Jarvis Tetch, the Mad Hatter, he's never been my favorite Batman villain
Same.
personally. I've kind of been like whatever, and for the whole Alice in Wonderland
Yeah,
gimmick.
it's rare that I find him truly effective.
He works in Arkham City.
He does.
Yeah, I
Arkham
agree.
City
I
is where
agree.
he is the best.
Yeah.
But everything else, I hear the Mad Hatter, and I'm just like, ugh.
What I like about this is that it's implying that this is like one of the first, if not the first time that Bruce has dealt with the Mad Hatter.
Yes,
Yeah.
because like
And
he talks about like how the
He
Alice in
ha-
Wonderland is one
how
of his favorite
he-
books.
Yeah, that's another great thing.
And how
about
it bothers him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it shows the flashbacks to his mom reading it to him and
the
everything.
night they died.
The night they died. And so like what I love is that Mad Hatter unintentionally is such a personal problem for Bruce to have to deal with because of his connection to that
Alice in
book.
Wonderland.
And like I think that's really cool. A really cool element that like he had to kind of just get over that. It's not even a complicated thing that Mad Hatter's doing to him. It's just like I hate this because I have to confront something
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I also love the flashback between him and Leslie Tompkins.
Oh,
when
Leslie!
I was talking to Fanny on the car ride home from Joker last night about who we're talking about. I'm glad that we didn't see Leslie Tompkins in the Joker movie. I'm also super glad we didn't see Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling her about who Leslie Tompkins is, and then 40 minutes later, I'm reading Leslie Tompkins in Haunted Night.
She has an
and
affair with Jim Gordon.
The what?
Right? Yeah, in Batman Year One, they have an affair.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
Sarah.
Oh, is it? Am I thinking
Yeah,
of a different person?
that's Captain Sarah.
Oh, okay, good job. You got me, Ben.
Yeah, Leslie Tompkins, she was the one who helps Bruce Wayne. Like in Haunted Night specifically, she
Yeah.
helps Bruce go back to Alice in Wonderland because she says almost the exact same thing that his mom said the night she died. There's only one great story to read on a rainy day, and that's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland,
Sure.
and Bruce lashes out. And then later on, when the kids get found after Batman defeats the Hatter, he tells Gordon's like, there is a doctor who can help if the kids want.
You right, baby.
And it's so good.
There's a great scene between Bruce and his mom where Bruce is like, Mom, will you be wearing these tonight, the pearls?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, honey, we're just going to the movies. Pearls are for a special night. And then he's like, oh, can't we make it special? And she's like, I can't say no to you, Bruce.
So
I'm like,
good.
shit.
I know.
That's so sad.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
good
great.
stuff.
And then even when finally, I love the scene where Gordon's like, he has my daughter. I'm going in full force, and then Batman says, "Hold your ground. I got
for
this."
me. Yeah.
And then when Gordon bursts in to take down the Hatter, and then Barbara, Babs, for the first time in the whole story, looks at Gordon and says, "Daddy, I would like to go home now."
That's such a good scene.
It's just such a good scene. It's so
Yeah.
And when she's being chased and she runs away,
Yeah.
when she's off on her own in the park,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "I can't believe Dad was right this fast. This isn't like Ohio at all."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like
Ohio.
like the muggers, when the Skull Mask saying
Uh-huh.
trick or treat, give me something good to eat.
yeah,
It's like, ooh, that's bad.
yeah,
Then Batman shows up.
right.
What's his name? Jarvis Tech?
Jarvis Tetch.
Tetch? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we Tetch on to the next story?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I also found part 2 on a whole like the weakest in my
Yeah.
Yeah,
opinion.
but I mean, it has great character moments, but just the villain part I didn't really enjoy.
Penguin
Yeah,
with
I
a
get
jetpack
that.
is definitely better.
Penguin with Jetpack
Yeah. So
is
part 3.
I was very taken aback by Tim Sale's drawing of the penguin.
He's got got that crazy smile.
And the teeth.
Yeah.
That's what really got me was the teeth.
It
and
fe-
his,
it feels like
his
they-
unibrow, everything about
It's
about
playing a little-
Cobblepot was just creepy.
Into like the Batman Returns look, like where he's a little more monstrous.
Yeah, because I think
Yeah.
that story came out. Because I was
This came out in 96, Batman Returns in 92.
94 actually.
94?
Yeah, because if you look at the last, what I like about Tim Sale, what I noticed throughout all these stories is that in the very last panel, the big the final art piece, there's a little on the very corner. There's a little box that has TS in the year.
Nice.
I want to say it was 94 when he wrote Ghosts,
I ain't
or
afraid of
no,
him.
Drew Ghosts.
afraid.
Jeff Loeb wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, guys, Jeff Loeb's he was a great writer.
he was.
What? I'm sorry, Jeff Loeb. Whatever.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Oh boy.
Sucks.
You have some great things, and you have some not so great things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
But I like this because I like the twist. I know Christmas Carol is Brandon's absolute favorite, and then we have Libra Majo's amazing.
Noel?
and I
Batman
didn't know
Noel.
this was going to happen, so I'm so
Neither
bummed he wasn't
did
here.
I. The second I love the twist on A Christmas Carol where it was "'Twas the night before Halloween," and I'm
Right.
like, is this?
Who are the ghosts? It's Thomas Wayne.
It's Thomas Wayne as
Marley.
as Marley.
Yeah.
It is Poison Ivy as Ghosts.
I love his Poison Ivy
as
because like
ghosts
leaves
Of
her-
the past.
Ghost of Halloween Past.
And then Joker?
Joker as Ghost of
Halloween
Halloween Present,
Present.
and a dead Batman as Ghost of Halloween
That's right.
Future.
That was some good stuff.
I just
Grim Reaper Batman.
Yes, I love this because it is
Grim
a-
Reaper Batman's design is awesome.
It is so
Dude, yeah.
freaking spooky. I like this. It's my personal favorite. I think the best one out of all of them is the first one, but this is my personal favorite.
No, yeah. Now
it's-
that we talked about it, this is
it's
second.
the twist of the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
It's not Christmas, it's Halloween. Like, I love when the Joker is talking and it's like, oh, you can't hurt me. And then he's showing Batman the kids who are trying to go up to Wayne Manor to trick or treat, and they're so freaked out by it that they run away.
Oh, the ending is so great too.
Yeah.
When he's trick or treating.
Yeah, I really like that. I like how it changes. What it is it's this focal point of a change in the relationship between Bruce and Lucius Fox.
yeah.
That's
oh,
the-
when he
that's the
sets
key
up
part of this
and
story.
he sets up the Wayne Foundation.
Lucius is
and
great.
then
Yeah.
when Poison Ivy is showing him through Ghosts of Christmas the past, him and Lucius's first meeting in Paris where he gets mugged, and then Lucius explains why the medallion's so important to him at the end of
No,
the story.
he didn't.
No,
Explain it then.
he explains at the end of the story
That's
why the
when
medallion's so
young
important.
Bruce Wayne's trying to be Batman, but he's not dressed up as anything. He's just
Right.
beating
Yeah.
people up.
more reckless.
More reckless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Lucius is like, "Hey, we can probably my personal expertise is finance. We can help each other out." And Batman's like, "Nah, I'm okay."
What if I turn into Morgan Freeman? How about that? You got it, dude.
But at the end of the story, because Penguins takes Lucius' medallion in the beginning of the story, and then Bruce gives it back, and Lucius explains why it's so precious to him. Which now, for the life of me, I can't remember.
It came from his father.
There we go. There
you
we
go.
go. Camera's dead.
And he says, "I guess it's kind of silly." And Bruce is like, "No, not silly at all."
And
what I wish this story had done is I wish it had Bruce directly acknowledge that he realized this was Christmas Carol happening to him. Mm-hmm. Like Christmas Carol is a book that he's read, and he's having a fever dream about Christmas Carol,
But it's Halloween.
but it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's right at Halloween, and he's like, "This is happening to me because I'm having that fever dream." Because it's established that like he's having a fever dream
Yeah,
up to that
he
point.
ate some bad shrimp. And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
gave him
yeah.
a
So he
fever.
ate something and it went wrong.
Yeah, it was shrimp that did this.
That's so great.
It's so funny.
But that I think that would have been fine. And like the I didn't love the notion that it's trying to play it like Christmas Carol isn't a thing, and like
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, why is this happening?" Oh, like that part.
Like
I was
the-
like,
the very-
just he's a well-read man. Just have him say
He's
what
the
do you-
smartest
what is
person on the
this,
planet."
Christmas Carol?
Yeah, I did kind of get taken out of the story a little bit when he's like, "Oh, it's Halloween, yay!" And then he tells Alfred, "I'm not going out tonight." He turns on the lights, and then he comes out with the bowl of candy to the trick or treaters.
so good. I love
I
it.
did like that. I'm like, man, this is
I did
effing
like that too.
Christmas
Yeah,
Carol.
yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, I knew it was Christmas Carol when I saw Thomas Wayne as when he's like, "I am this. These are the look at the weight I bear. These are the chains I made in life." And then Bruce, I do like how it teaches Bruce is that how he needs to leave a better legacy. He can't just be Batman. So he gets with Lucius to create the Wayne Foundation. He brings
Yes.
He goes out to these little trick or treaters to show that Bruce Wayne Manor isn't a scary place.
Right.
It could be light up and a beacon of hope for Gotham.
One of my favorite lines is the very beginning of it when he's walking up to the house and he says, "My father's home. I can live here the rest of my life, and I'll always think of it that way."
Oh shit, that's
Oh,
good.
that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well done. I just wish that there was some direct acknowledgement on his part where he's
Yeah.
like, I'm in freaking Christmas Carol,"
Yeah.
because this is from the early '90s, so I can't totally fault it. Like maybe Christmas Carol wasn't as overdone. Maybe
Scrooged.
back then,
Yeah.
But it definitely is like, just like acknowledge that this is
Yeah.
what it is. But it's older,
It's
so
a
I'll give it the
Halloween
benefit of that.
It's a Halloween Carol.
Do all of
now.
these villains show up in Long Halloween?
Yes,
Yeah.
except for the Penguin.
Not the Penguin. Okay.
Penguin is the
Yeah.
only one who does not
Yeah.
show up in Long
Again,
Halloween.
like we've all read Long Halloween and we haven't read this, so it's cool to see
Yeah.
like the inspiration for what that story becomes.
Yeah.
because like man, Tim Sale's Poison Ivy is my favorite Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
like
she
just like the way
is-
that like the leaves are always running off of her. Like
her hair is the leaves,
yeah,
and her
it's-
corset is
it's
leaves.
Gorgeous,
Right.
gorgeous.
There's
They did have a lot of fun with the art, especially in
Yeah.
the third part. I really like it. I think that it's a really cool way of it like building his relationship with Lucius Fox again, being so early in his life. Like this is how they really connect. I like that aspect of it, and I like this idea. When his father's ghost, the not real Thomas
Yeah.
Wayne ghost, appears, and he says, "I wear the chains I bore in
I
life."
forged in life. Yeah,
Batman is the most thunderous chain of all, and it's this big, thick, heavy chain because he's responsible for Batman in a way. And he's like, Batman is the most thunderous chain of
Damn,
all.
dog. That's
Yeah.
And he
stuff.
goes away, and it's like, oh my God. Like your father's ghost is bearing the legacy of the choices you're making, and you're like, oh,
It's
dang.
heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a really
Yeah.
good one.
We're thinking of the first part again because I love the Bruce Wayne. What's her name again?
Gillian Maxwell.
Gillian Maxwell. It reminds me again of Tom King's run where he has this interaction with Catwoman, and then this is like when they're in love and stuff like that, and she goes away from him, and he's like, Alfred, she stole it, and Alfred's looking around the Batcave, he's like, sir, she didn't steal anything. He's like, she stole the night. She stole the night from me. And that's like Batman like owns the night. Gotham is his city, and then like Catwoman is now the night to him, and it's like she stole the one thing that matters to me. And I'm like, man, Bruce Wayne getting punked. I love it. I love it so much.
I apologize. I just thought of this cute little meme of this tiny little baby bat, and this person's touching the bat, and this bat saying, "No, stop touching me! I am the night.
I am the night."
So cute.
She stole the night from me, Alfred.
But Batman Haunted Night, I thought overall really cool.
Yeah.
It is Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale at their peak. Well,
no, it's not.
Long Halloween is them at their peak.
I think that is
This is a great forerunner or a pre-runner to that.
Yeah.
After reading this, I had to read it on my phone, but after reading this, I thought to myself, I want this physical. I want it next to Long Halloween.
Yeah, and a fun little set of Halloween stories, which I love.
It's great. I love Halloween stories, and obviously Long Halloween has Halloween in it, but 90% of that story takes place throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
But this being straight, these stories take place on Halloween, like the setting for Arkham Knight, the Batman game. It takes place on Halloween, and I really dig that.
And Arkham Origins takes place on Christmas.
It does. Christmas
Batman
Eve.
loves holidays.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Staring at you,
I think
Calendar
that
Man.
will do it